Hey Megan, I've looked over your lesson plan and here's some feedback. I continue to be impressed with you for tackling Romeo and Juliet. I think that really shows courage on your part. You know, I never felt like I had a lot of success teaching this play, so I'm always really skeptical when I read lesson plans. Like I think in my head, yeah, is it actually going to work that way? So, gosh, wouldn't it be so cool if you got to do this, like in 363 or 464? So as far as your lesson plan went, it is well aligned, and that's really good. And the one piece I have a piece of concern right here. Dun, 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 right here. Okay, so when a teacher comes into class and goes, okay, like you either did or didn't read for homework, you know, because you've got this journal entry, and if you didn't read, you're going to have to pay close attention in class. You know, think about Doug Lemov's double planning notion, right? As an adolescent, when you hear that, here's what you end up hearing. Oh, good, I don't have to read in class. She'll recap everything for me the next day. And then indeed, that's what you do. And indeed, you even tell them that's what you're going to do. And I worry it's going to lead to, one, the kids not reading for a couple reasons. A, you're going to recap. B, they can simply copy their friend's homework, you know, from the journal entry, like who are you connecting to? And C, and I think this one's really important, reading Shakespeare is extremely difficult. Even when you're providing them this little chunk to read, oftentimes their eyes move over it and they just, you know, they were there with you in class, they heard you talk about like Shakespearean grammar and all that kind of stuff, but reading a play in silence by yourself is a very difficult task, especially when you add adolescence into the mix. And so I'm afraid that they won't read, and then they'll feel compelled to just, you know, cheat on their homework assignment, and then they're just going to sponge off of you in class. And so that's concerning for obvious reasons. But let me tell you why else it's concerning. So as you move down here and you want them to stand up and do some reading for you, they're going to be cold reading in class. And that's going to sound awful. You know, they're going to take this amazing play and they're going to stand up there and they're going to say blah, 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 and then mispronounce a word here, mispronounce a word there, blah, blah, blah. Right? They're not gonna get into it. They're not going to have read the lines last night, so they're not going to, you know, be rereading today. They'll just be cold reading. They're nervous standing in front of the audience, or excuse me, their class. And so those are the concerns I see. And really, Megan, those are concerns based on my experience of having taught a Shakespeare play every single year that I taught. And it's not to say, because that has very little to do with your lesson plan, because your lesson plan is well aligned and your lesson plan is well thought through. It's just that your lesson plan is assuming the kind of interactive audience and students that I'm not really sure that you're going to get. So I'm not taking off points or anything for this lesson plan. I want you to just continue to think about how you can convince and engage the students, you know, in reading, and continue to not just tell them one time how to read, but give them those little reminders, you know, in class. And I also like to see that, you know, you have one scene for homework, you did one scene in class, one scene for homework. That's kind of a nice back and forth. So hopefully as the play moves on, they're getting some more experience in it. Okay. Just some stuff for you to think about, you know, based on experience, but your lesson plan itself is well aligned and well thought through. Thanks.